because my brother-in-law was like, hey, you gonna go live? And I was like, I may. So I just wanted to get on tonight. I wanted to share how my fitness journey has been going. I know a lot of you think I should lose weight, and I know you're saying it to be mean, but I wanted to bring that up because I do need to lose weight. So far I've lost 14 pounds, and I try to picture it as like pounds of butter, like 14 of these are gone from my body, and I feel so energetic. So not all the time, but most of the time, and I don't feel fat anymore, which is like really good. Like, thank God. But I walked around today, the house, for 31 minutes, which is at least a mile, and so forth. And then I walked / ran for an hour and 3 minutes later on. So I'm doing pretty well as far as exercise for the day and workout. But I wanted to share my secrets to losing weight, and I'm not joking. This is exactly how I did it. And now it's taken, I would say like a couple months to lose like this weight, but I will tell you exactly how I did it. So the first thing you need, in my perspective, if you're going to lose weight, is determination. It's just like with anything in life. If you're not determined to do it, it's going to be slaughtered out. So you got to be determined and be like, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put in the effort. The second thing you got to do, well, obviously is pray, because God will help you. The third thing is you need to, work at it. You need to work out. You need to be consistent. I've been doing this every single day since I was 302 pounds. So you have to be consistent, and you need to do at least a mile of walking a day, like bare minimum, a little bit more than walking a mile a day every day. Then I watch what I eat, not all the time. In fact, I get banana splits sometimes, but you have to be like, have a happy medium of that. And then, what was the last thing? Oh, I drink water. And honestly, if I have to add one thing to the diet, take a break, break your habit, break the diet. I'm dead serious. It's just like in life. If you're studious and working and this and that and working all the time, you're going to break. But if you take some time and just take a break, or, cheat basically on your diet, then you will be more profitable. So that's my 2 cents for the day. I'm not going to stay on too long. The kids are actually playing down here at my brother's house. I'm still babysitting. I'll be babysitting till like Saturday night. But so if you want to drop any kids off. But yeah, so I want to talk about that. And then I just want to talk about God, bring up God a little bit again. Oh, so this is my niece. This is Isabella. Say hi. Hi. That's Isabella. And the other one said hi too. There are actually 6 of them. They're so cute. They actually had a miscarriage for one of them, but they named it Fiat Marie. And I'm truly convinced that this baby is a saint. They have like a gravestone thing for her too. I just came to get something. This is the boy. This is Dominic. Say hi. Hi. He's cute as heck. But yeah, so I wanted to get back to talking about Jesus and God and being thankful. So we got into that depth a little bit yesterday. I think it was yesterday. I don't even remember. My days are mixed up here. But this morning, I literally spent an hour talking to God, and I knew I didn't get enough sleep, and I knew that it would be very sacrificial to do this. But my hours with God are so worth it that I'm like, I need to do this. So I did. I talked to God for an hour. Sorry, somebody's texting me. So I talked to God for a split hour, or just an hour, whatever. And it was a transformation. I felt so good. And it makes sense because we are God's creations. And when you connect with that creator, everything makes everything better. In my perspective anyway. So actually that's true. But I talked to him, and then I began to read the Bible. I read like at least 15 minutes. And in the Bible, there was a place where they said the angel came to Joseph and she said, arise and take the family, for Herod wants to kill baby Jesus or something. And it was the coolest thing, you guys. as soon as the angel said arise, I felt like my brain like woke up, like arise from your sleep. And I was just like so excited because I haven't been getting a lot of sleep at all lately. So thank God for that. So getting back to what I was talking about, give me 1 second. I have to see. People just keep texting me. They want to wait until I'm in the middle of a live to text me. So getting back to God though, I realized that all of my peanut butter what? I realized that all of my talks on here are about God mostly, and I didn't even realize that, y'all, because I don't really look back at my videos, obviously, but like I did, and like the other day, and I was actually watching some of them. They're pretty good, but I realized that a lot of them are about God or God-centered, and I think that's really good because this world, guys, I will share a story with you, and then I gotta go because I got a sore throat. So there's a movie that came out. It's called, gosh, I forget what it's called, but it's about St. Maximilian Kolbe, okay? If you guys are unfamiliar with him, I'll tell you about him. So he was a Polish priest around the Nazi time, and they, of course, captured him, put him in a concentration camp, and I'm gonna cry just thinking about this, but they, like, you know, would give them, like, hardly any food, you know, just stupid stuff. Well, this one day, they started taking guys out of the concentration camp to the bunkers. I think they're called bunkers, to die of starvation because they just wanted to get rid of them. Okay, it's horrible. And so one guy got picked to go, and he was like, please, I have a family and this and that. And Maximilian Kolbe said, take me in his spot to die. Y'all, that is so heroic. Like, nobody does that nowadays. And he was taken to the bunker or whatever and given a lethal injection, and he died. But my point is, when I was watching this today, like that part of the movie, I was like bawling, crying, because it is just so sad. And what really ticked me off was like how the world is so messed up nowadays, and we don't have a World War, which is like, thank God, good. But like just stuff that's going on, executions in other countries and different things. This stuff is real. Like, we need to wake up to the fact that there's evil in this world. But I think that if we just pray, I mean, obviously do your part as a citizen, as a helper, as a father, as a mother, but like, I think we need to pray, and I think we need to pray hard. Prayer is not just some little magic potion. Like, prayer connects to God. You tell God your wants, your needs, your desires, and, you know, good comes out of that. It's not like God's like, oh my gosh, you're praying to me? I'm not going to answer that prayer. Like, he hears every single prayer. And this is actually something I wanted to talk about. When you say a prayer, okay, let's use the example of a little kid. They want candy. Okay, so they're going to be like, Mommy, Daddy, can I have candy? As a good father or mother, they would give them candy, right? And then they're like, I want more. Okay. They're like, I want more candy and more candy. If you give that child, who isn't trying to be mean, they want candy, every single piece of candy they want, are they going to be happy? No. It's the same thing with God. If you want something from God and you ask him and he doesn't give it to you, there's a bigger picture, bigger reason behind that. So, for example, I want to get off medication. I'm not off medication. I'm still on medication. It's very hard because I don't want to be on medication. But do I want to be locked up in a psych unit? No. So I'm going to take the medication. And I might not see what God has planned, but God, let me tell y'all, God has big plans for each and every one of us. No person is greater than the other. All men are equal under God. And I just believe that, like, if we just started to examine ourselves and see how much we make a difference in this world, then we're going to try harder to make a difference in this world. Does that make sense? Like, yeah. All right, y'all. I'm going to go. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys have a good night. God bless. Bye. Wait, I'm not done yet.